Hi, and welcome to the block preview for Ramp Up Ultimate. So this block should be followed after one of the initial blocks. You could follow it on if you've done the Ramp Up Initial and you liked that programming structure, or you could have followed any of the other initial blocks and decided that this is a method or a protocol style that you want to try. So Ramp Ups is basically a method that we use a lot, which basically is multiple sets that are prescribed using RPE that increase in intensity from set to set. So you could do it where it's like 2 sets, a 5 and a 7. You could do it with 4 sets, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. But in this example, we've got 3 ramp up sets, which is probably our most common use of this, with 1 or 2 back off sets following the heaviest set. So we've got triples on the main movement, so that's squat, bench, and deadlift, primary movements, and then we've got varied rep ranges for the secondary movements depending on the exercise. So if we look at squat quickly, we've got 3 at 5, 3 at 6, 3 at 7, and then you're going to save the max after the 7, save the estimated 1RM, and then do 80% of whatever that estimated 1RM from the 7 was for one set of 3. The weight increases could vary, but in general, it's going to be 2.5 to 7.5 kilos, depending on your strength level. So if your max lifts somewhere like below 100 or below like 80 kilos, then you're probably only going to increase 2.5 across these sets. If it's somewhere in the kind of 100, 150 range, if we're talking about squat, you might increase 5 kilos. And if it's above 150, 200, 250, that sort of range, then you might be able to do 7.5, and much stronger, you might be able to do 10 kilos. But yeah, so you're increasing the bar weight. And why this is such a good thing to do, especially when you're trying to get comfortable with RPEs and auto-regulation, is that it allows you opportunities to assess the RPE and then do another set that's RPE based. So let's say I've done my set of 3 at RPE 6. I have to consider, okay, how much weight can I add to the bar and achieve an RPE 7? So it can be really good for you to start to understand how to use RPEs and how to rate RPEs accurately. And it gives you a lot of opportunities to correct. So if you thought something was going to be a 6, it ends up being too difficult, then you can recalibrate for the 7 and try again to choose an increase for the RPE 8. So it gives a lot of chances for reassessment, and it's very auto-regulated within the session and in terms of weekly progress. Cool. Exercise selection, you've got CT cable row as your accessory on the first day. If we move into workout 2, you've got your first secondary exercise, which is the bench 3-count pause bench, so longer pause on the chest. You've got doubles this time instead of triples, building up in, again, 1 RPE increase each set, and then 85% for the back off. So you can see across the board, the RPE is increasing each week by half an RPE on each of the sets. So the difference between the sets remains the same in terms of 1 RPE value, but the intensity increases across the board as you go through. Workout 3, you've got your secondary squat, so 2-count pause squat, again, triples, following the same pattern as the primary movements. After that, we got touch and go bench, so a bit higher reps, 6 reps. Again, increasing by 1 RPE, and then drop sets at 70%. And then you've got a couple of smaller muscle group focused upper body assistance movements, so cable face pulls, kind of middle of the back and back of the shoulders, and then lateral raises, so kind of the shoulder, more like the medial delt, the middle delt. And then if we look at workout 4, you've got pause deadlift, again, triples ramping up, and Larsen press, 5s ramping up, and then hamstring curls to finish off. Yeah, so I think this is a really good block for anyone who's trying to better understand RPEs. It's a really good block for people that enjoy kind of a more, I guess, interesting way of doing volume. So you're achieving 4 sets, but it's a lot more enjoyable than, say, doing 4 sets of 3 at 83% or something. Doing a set of 3 RP5, readjusting the weight, set of 3 at 6, set of 3 at 7, and then 3 at 80%. The workload wouldn't be that different if you did 4 sets of 3 at like 82, 83%. But this way I find, and I've seen with a lot of lifters, is a bit more of an enjoyable way to get that kind of set volume in. So yeah, I think that covers it. Hopefully you have a better understanding of the block if you choose to follow this one. And yeah, hopefully it goes well. And look forward to hearing about all the progress you managed to make following this block.